Alright, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to list an item on Amazon specifically. So I've got an item here that I'm going to list. This is beanie from Klim, and we're going to go in here, and if I had the product in front of me right now, which I don't, then I'd be able to probably just pull the UPC off of it directly and then just type that in here, whatever it is, and find it immediately. But sometimes you can't find it by the UPC for whatever reason, so just go ahead and just type in the name of the item, and then we can pretty quickly find, here it is, okay, gray slope beanie. Yep, looks like the one. Okay, so the way that we're gonna go ahead and list this item now is we're gonna grab out of the URL this ASIN right here. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 character string. You know, it varies. It's numbers and letters, and you find it right here. You'll always be able to see it. They all look the same pretty much. And you'll want to take that, and when you're in your Amazon account inside Seller Central, you're going to go over to just add a product, which is the page that we're at now. I'm just going to copy and paste that ASIN in there, and here we are. So it pulls it up right away. Right, and I can click on see all product details, and that'll take me out to this page that we were just on. I'm just going to hit sell yours. Now, the category that this is in, I am already I'm already approved to be in there. Some items that you're selling, you may have to ask for approval before being able to sell in those categories, and I'll cover that a little bit later. So I happen to know the manufacturer part number for this product, so I'm going to put that in here right now. So I'm just going to use that as my SKU as well. It's just this string right here. You can change that however you want. Sometimes people will do, if they want to have a little prefix for maybe manufacturer, so maybe they put KL or KM for Klim or something like that, or just K, or even spell it out, Klim, so that way if they're searching for it by SKU, maybe some people like to sort it in sheets for reporting purposes, but this is just fine. It's really however you want to do things, but I would suggest just doing the manufacturer part number. Now, when you're listing initially, put your quantity as 0. This is a brand new item. Really, in this course, I'm only going to talk to you about selling new items, so I'm not going to cover any of these other ones. And in here, I'm going to put in my price, which is $29.99. And then you can pick this for yourself. Specifically, I want to ship this item myself to the customer, so I'm going to be a self-fulfillment. This is going to be a self-fulfillment situation, but if you want it to be fulfilled by Amazon, you would want to just click that and go on. And you can change this later. This is not the end of the game for FBA. You can change back and forth from FBA or not FBA whenever you want. It's no problem. Okay, so I just made that there, and we're going to go and look for that real fast. It takes a second to pull up. When you list items initially, see, there it is. It'll create just this kind of skeleton. You'll be able to see if you want to convert it to Amazon. You can go change to fulfill by Amazon right here and switch it over, and a couple other things. Right, so I'm just gonna over here hit edit, and when I'm in here, I can go in here and I can put in whatever I need to do. So this is made in China, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. There's lots of stuff in here that may not really be essential. If you offer gift messaging and gift wrap, if you do FBA, those are definitely available. You'd want to check those. In this case, I won't. Lots of stuff down here. You'll see that it's just really not applicable. I'm just going to run over the applicable stuff that I always put in. So we're going to start with the brand name. So the brand name is Klim. The part number, which would be the manufacturer part number, is this right here. Item package quantity. So if you had a a 2-pack of something, then if you put 2 in here, then that means, hey, if you buy this, you get 2 of these with this one purchase. So this is just 1 in there. And then manufacturer is also Klim. And then the product name, I'm going to go Klim Slope Beanie. And I'm really going to probably want to go a little bit above that. The existing title on this is Klim Women's Slope Beanie Gray. So I might do this. I might go Klim Women's Slope Beanie for cold. Obviously, it's for cold weather, but just something that kind of ties together, you know, what it's for, and then I'll do like a dash and put gray. I mean, this is a perfectly fine title. You don't have to put the dash in there. You can. You don't have to. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't. It just gives it a nice clean thing. It puts the least important information in the back. You know, you want the brand, gender, model of what this is, the type of what it is. You know, it's a beanie. I could even put hat. You know, beanie hat. You know, just to kind of put some more keywords in there for cold weather. And then these guys are actually kind of a snowmobiling company. They make snowmobiling and motorcycle gear. It's really, you know, cold weather motorsports gear. So I could put snowmobiling in there, and that'll just give it a nice full title. Now, there's some style guide information that you probably want to pay attention to, and I'll give you a link to that as well, so you can look that up yourself. The model number, this is not so important on this one. It's just a hat. Something that people might search for the model number a little bit more would probably be different, but on a hat, people are not really searching for model numbers on this specific item. I know that's kind of a little bit broad for me to say, but I'm just going to let you know that on this one you don't have to do it. Now, if you got an item, it's like very specific, like if it's a you know, it's a purple knife of a very set style. It's like a, you know, a specific model of a knife in a certain style, and it's purple, then people will probably be trying to find that through the manufacturer's part number. But little accessories like this, not so much. So I wouldn't include the manufacturer part number in the title like I would on certain other items. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save a picture of this hat from Klim. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my desktop here. Okay. Go ahead and put that. Alright, there it is. So I've uploaded that image there. Try to get as many as you can. You obviously only have so many slots here, but if you can get more than one, that's great. I would really suggest doing that. Okay, let's get to the description. So I've got a little bit of a description here that I'm just going to add in. It's already pre-made, so I don't have to sit here and make it up. So what you want to do is just put just some basic product details in here. You don't want to just overdo it. So it's a one size fits most. That's important. Knit construction, that's important for people to know. It's a slouchy beanie fit. So I guess it slouches on your head. I didn't know that was a type of beanie fit, but apparently that's what the people call it. Fleece lining over ears. And you'll notice I'm capitalizing the first letter of all of these sort of bullet points that I'm putting in the description here. Well, I'm going to actually make these the bullet points as well. And it gives it a really clean look when the listing's done. I would always do that. Obviously not in a paragraph, but on your bullet points and your title, I would capitalize the first letter of every word unless it's like of. But if you're putting of in your bullet points, then you might want to assess if your bullet point needs to be rewritten a little bit. So what's the last one? Small Klim badge label. Okay, so that's everything in there. Now you see these little tags I'm putting in here. This is actually HTML. Amazon only allows certain HTML tags to be used in their listings, so make sure you're using ones that are approved. This little break tag is approved. You can't do a whole lot of things, and honestly, by the time if you're watching this, I mean they may have already taken it away. Amazon, when I say they, I mean Amazon has taken away a lot of HTML tagging over time. It used to be there's more allowed, and now there's just not. So sorry, I just want to see here. Yeah, it looks like I missed something. Knit construction, fleece lining over ears, slouchy beanie fit. That's what I missed. Put that in there. Okay, cool. All right, now when it comes to keywords, I'm going to plug some in here, but honestly, these right here, you can really just ignore these. Amazon is going to be running ads for you. Here's what you got to understand. Amazon is going to run ads for you, and most of your items SEO or on-site SEO is going to come from your title and your description and your brand and things like that. These keywords in the back end here, these search term keywords, these matter. I don't really know the gravity to which they matter. It's kind of a gray area for me in my experience. I haven't added keywords to a listing and then been like, oh wow, my sales have gone up tremendously. Never seen that. You know, Amazon's running ads for you. You can run ads on Amazon on your own products, and I'll talk to you about that later. You know, people are searching on site, and right now, if someone searches for a gray beanie or a Klim beanie or a gray snowmobiling beanie, this is going to pop up somewhere down the line, maybe not the first page, but somewhere down the line. If someone searched specifically for Klim gray beanie, they're definitely going to find this item. You know what I mean? So these search terms, they are not the end of the world. They're not the, you know, the be all thing that you need to do. But you could go in here and put, I will put something related. So I will put like cold weather beanie, thermal, let's see, snowmobiling gear, outdoor, or that's too broad. Klim hat, maybe. Oop, I don't know what that is. Random error message, great. Klim hat, and then you know, I'm drawing a blank. You know, I've got 4 in there. That's perfectly fine. Now on the more details page, there's a ton of stuff in here. I mean, a ton of stuff. It doesn't matter. Maximum vacuum pressure. I mean, that's not for hats. I mean, there's really nothing in here that's applicable to this hat except for the stuff I just put in there. Okay, so there you go. That's the important stuff. Make sure all of your bases are covered with that information. There's the product name, the part number, the item package quantity, the brand, your images, your country of origin, your keywords, and your description. Make sure those things are spot on, and you won't have any problem, and you'll be good to go. After this, you'll just hit save and finish, and then you can go on about your business. I mean, this will be up there. you'll want to make sure this the SKU that we made is copied into your inventory system as this item's identifier, and it's put in on eBay as your custom label, and on your site it is also as your SKU on your site as well. And this will allow everything to connect, and this will give you a well-rounded, awesome listing on Amazon. Now the current listing right here has something to be desired. It's also on this one. I'm just gonna put this in here at the end. Now you see there's a description and product features. They're in all caps, which is just kind of a little bit, it's like yelling at you. So you might want to submit a case to Amazon and say, hey, could you make it the description that we gave that's nice, it doesn't yell at you, and they'll probably do it for you. And then also I would let them know, for some reason it says it's an industrial and scientific. It should really be in clothing or sports and outdoors. This is not really where it needs to be. And it even says, I mean, sometimes Amazon has these weird glitches. It says industrial and scientific here, but then it says sports and outdoors here in fishing hats. And that doesn't really matter, but if you submit a case, you might want to mention that because this ranking will help you kind of figure out where your sales are going a little bit. And it's also good to know when you're assessing an item, and we'll talk about that later as well. But that's what you need to do there to do an Amazon listing, and I'll have a written guide for you as well that you'll be able to access. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope this helped.